combined outside of Burke, 40 draws.
Henry Dodge is going to take this face-off for Vermont. We may see as many as 3 different face-off specialists for the Catamounts. And Mason Cone, the transfer from Tufts, takes the draw for Syracuse in a violation on the opening draw, but we are underway here on the ACC network.
Has the assignment of Pope, a hard righty bull dodger, 87 in green.
Yeah, Coach Fife said Pope was about 240 last year. He's slimmed down to about 225, much more athletic this year, and is able to move much quicker. Mount team. Here's Colin Decker, one of those new attackmen you talk about. Skip pass, Ryder can't get the shot off. Beautiful check. Here we go the other way. Tough pass. Hiltz with a nice catch. Shovel shot wide. Vermont wins the race, the ball on the end line. They'll take over. Think about the scrimmages. He said it was all about going back to basics with our own systems and drilling that into these kids so they have it, so it's on autopilot when the season begins. Maybe not quite there yet. Fenich comes upfield. Can't get anything on that shot. Now we're going to get a call, though, out front. First penalty of the day.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold on 12 and white. Carter Rice. See the replay here. Fenich is just trying to get above goal line extended. That's a good call. That's a blatant hold. Here's the deal, Cotter, which is striking to me and pleasing to hear. With all the great offensive players that Chris Fife has had in the past.
Just 4 seconds on the man up. Here's Pope. Out front, Whitaker spins, shoots, scores! The sophomore from Wayne, PA, Clark, puts the Catamounts up.
He's their best player. He's relentless in his work ethic in the offseason. Chris Fife sometimes has to scale him back because he wants it so bad, 23 in green. You see that ball kind of pops up, catches it. Sports, an incredible athlete, but you also have guys like Jake Stevens and Matt Wright on the wings.
Yeah, Coach Gates said the scrimmage loss to Michigan, he wasn't happy with much, but he was very happy with what the face-off crew was doing.
And that was needed because in ACC play last year, they were around 40%.
English, a couple of 15s going at it. English trying to dodge, got a hand free. Inside, scoop shot, Moulet scores. Quick hands in front for the transfer from Lehigh.
Christian Moulet will do whatever you ask of him. Last year at Lehigh, top 5 in the country in assists. Well, welcome to the Dome, Christian, where the ball moves at hyperspeed. Finn Thompson, alert up top. Moulet players on the team. If he gets a short stick matchup, he's not the biggest dude. His feet are electric.
Spallina trying to work on the freshman Bardwell. Rolls. Stop made by Egan. He's able to cover up and get possession.
Good stop by Egan. I thought Spallina had some nice deception on that shot, too. A little twister at the end.
Here comes Stevens. Oh, nothing Egan's going to do about that one. Roa buries it. Cuse on top.
Two things stand out. One is the upfield awareness of Jake Stevens finding the extra pass, 14 in white. And then Luke Roa, who's so two-handed, you don't even know if he's right-handed or left-handed. The pace.
He stays on the field for the time being. In there with Jake Stevens. Trujillo still in the game, 18 in white. Oh, what a goal after a beautiful pass. Cross-field pass, Clark. And Syracuse takes a 3-1 lead. Joey Spallina out of nowhere.
This is beautiful. What a pass by Moulet, and the one-timer These two have played together in the summer for Team 91. They know each other in terms of their
Boyle behind. Sam Bowen tries to roll back to his right. It's got nothing. Boyle. Tough shot. He scores. Got it over Trujillo's shoulder. Clark, it's 3-2 now.
Yeah, Trujillo's 5'9", 178. Carson Boyle. Well, he sits at 6 feet, 200 pounds.
Spallina now up front. Got loose for a moment, finds Moulet. Egan makes the save. He's been sharp here early.
He has. I think he's been outstanding. First-year starter. First game as a starter. Come up to the Dome. He's answered the bill.
How about that play by the offensive player in Michael Leo? Forced a turnover, but Catamounts get it right back.
Body matchup right there by two players.
Ball hits the outside of the cage. So Mark will give chase.
You know, Syracuse will roll out 10 to 11 offensive players. So it's hard for everyone really to feast. One game it could be a handful of guys. The next game it could be another handful. First quarter, 7 different players got shots off. That tells you that this offense is varied. It's diverse in terms of where they attack from up top and behind. It's a bear to deal with.
Spallina finds Moulet. Shot, score! Beautiful ball movement. Jake Stevens finishes it.
This finish isn't just a good finish, it's elite. The look by Moulet is really good. The pass was a tough one to catch. Okay, Moulet comes up. He throws it to Stevens, who then brings the stick across his body and makes a fake, all in one motion here. Turns and the fake. That is elite, man. Jake, all within a fraction of a second, and fake the goalie and can it.
And it was the no-look pass that faked everybody out and almost
which was
faked
hard
out
to
Stevens
catch.
too. Yeah. English, his turn. Yes, he finishes. So both Princeton transfers, back-to-back goals. First Stevens, now English.
Anyone who really watches lacrosse knows that Jake Stevens and Sam English, with this low-to-low rip right there, knows their impact. Because they could score a goal or two, but they could impact the game in so many different ways. Wings on fins because he's antsy and amped up. He's feeling it right now. A lot of picks in this offense, too. 6 or 7 of their top 10 guys, all Canadian box background. Joey Spallina, an American, spent last summer in Canada playing that game, so you'll see a lot of picks in this offense.
Here's Hiltz. In front. Once again, Moulet right on the doorstep. And Syracuse is hot right now on offense.
This is good offense because everyone's concerned about the pick. You see all the eyes of the guys in green? They're concerned of the pick because they think the guy coming off the pick is the dodger and the scorer. The guy coming off the pick becomes the passer, and that's Owen Hiltz. He sees all the green eyes at him. Who's the back door?
Over to Pope. Nice catch. Trying to muscle his way in, try to force a pass right in front, and it gets deflected. Syracuse on the move. Alexo gives it off. Pass in front, shoot, score! Billy Dwan.
You want to see some run and gun, Cuse. It's a great knockdown by Caden Cole. And it's off to the races. And you mentioned, Connor, having Sam Alexo back at the defensive midfield position allows to strike in transition, but it doesn't stop with him. The close defender, Dwan, he senses space upfield.
H. Trying to make a move on Trujillo.
So with the lack of quarterback presence, you're seeing midfielders inverted, like Fenich.
Mark with the save.
And that's what I was mentioning before, Cotter, the lack of a true quarterback, right, to give you that calming presence. Now the midfielders are going from up top, taking the short sticks, going behind to try to find some flow in the Vermont offense.
Rowe winds up and scores. Clark, seems to be a little confusion with this Vermont team. A lot of room for these Syracuse shooters to step down and fire.
They're spraying it. When you give Aiton White some time and a little giddy up, one of the sharpshooters against an All-American goalie.
There he is again, looking to attack on Stevens, who stays on the field. Fenich shoots and scores! And we get a flag.
Wasn't fading away on that one, man. That was all wrists and rip. And the location on a righty goalie here. Look at Will Mark here. Fenich gets underneath Stevens, and then the smart thing is he gets upfield. Those last two steps increase his angle.
35 white, 1 minute slash, face it out.
The minute, I was gonna say, if you're under pressure, you could call a timeout, but they won that draw easily.
Got to go through 23 here in green, don't you think?
Yes.
There he is with the ball in his cross. Now back over to Decker. Plenty of time. An opportunity to step down, and Haley buries it. Okay, 2 in a row for the Catamounts. Stemming the tide, if nothing else, of this Syracuse onslaught.
These last two shots, perfect placement. Fenich, and then on that rip right there, Brock Haley just pounds the lower corner, and he actually uses the Syracuse defender flashing out as a screen.
Syracuse.
10-man ride, you bring Egan out to help the press. You're vulnerable there on a full field launch, and Syracuse recognizes that too. As a shot closest to the ball as it goes out of bounds, you retain possession.
Oh, Muley with a beautiful cut. The feed from Hiltz. Muley's feeling it in his new orange and white duds.
Look at the off-ball play by Muley. It's a swing down to Hiltz. He's got masterful vision. Hiltz with a little subtle feed there. His body and his head looks like he's going upfield to answer by the short stick defensive midfielders. Carter Rice playing some good D. Jake Spallina. That was another question mark in terms of depth. And then Max Rosa, one of their captains, he's got a lower body injury, most likely out for the season. So it's a next man up mentality with a lot of youth. You're gonna have to go with Trujillo, Spallina, Rice, Kempney.
Titus, the transfer. Boy, they just outscore everybody.
That's
What
Roa
a display in the first half. The officials talking it over. The goal call took a little while. But look at Luke Roa here.
Here's the deal, Cotter. Do you remember in the first quarter he scored that low angle shot lefty? How does he score this low angle shot? With his right hand. How many players, how many midfielders in the country are that two-handed around?
Splits the defense there and keeps possession, but you got Cole back, you got Dwan back. Figueres now healthy after missing last year back.
Yeah, he was the number one rated defender.
Wow, Spallina. It's just when everything seems to fall apart defensively for Vermont, Syracuse takes full advantage.
You're talking about the defense, and this offense can give them opportunities to rest. The face-off unit can let the defense, like Figueres, who I was mentioning, the number one rated defender in his class as a freshman, missed last year due to injury. His original classmates, 2 sophomores now, Michael Leo Gary Gates so high on the sophomore midi, and Spallina keep them happy. Do you have multiple sets? Do you have one man-up team and another? Because this man-up team was the best in the country a season ago. They scored 11 more goals than the next team. 39 goals. Quinnipiac had 28.
That's a skip. Stevens' pass goes wide, and then you bring in a freshman like Tucker Kellogg, who's got just a howitzer for a shot, and he's got to find a spot, and he is out there right now.
He's out there now.
He'll shoot and score. That's why he's out there now.
This is how good of a shooter he is. Maybe your best midfield shooter is Luke Roa. He's not on your extra man. Tucker Kellogg with a BTB from Finn Thompson is a hired gun. He's there to stretch a defense because he hammers the rock well over 100 miles an hour. And what's going to happen as the season progresses, he was so upbeat and positive with his teammates, Cotter. Like, your heart breaks for him, right? He wants to be on the field so bad.
Voted team captain and then re-injures that ACL and got to rehab it now from the sideline. That is an unbelievable shot by Charlie Pope. I mean, he puts it right in the near upper corner. I don't even know if Mark looked like he might have been fooled a little bit by that one.
Pope missed last season due to an injury. Chris Fifes is really high on this extra man unit. They shut off Haley. 11 opportunities to set picks in space. You saw that pick in space with Hiltz last time, right? When he became the passer. Right. These guys can throw those harder long passes off of picks and make the defense's rotations longer, more square footage to cover. It's like anything, Cotter. It's like, you know, you take these Canadians, you go from box lacrosse shooting on a 4x4, going to a 6x6. It's like shooting on a soccer goal for these guys. It's the same thing with space and more field.
Tough angle, and English makes it work. It looked like Egan had the pole, had the pipe rather, and wasn't giving English any space, but he found something, some area to beat Egan.
I don't know how this squeaks by Egan.
Oh, it hit his foot and then came ricocheted out and hit his cross and back in. So he made the initial save.
He could be a #1 cover guy. Dwan, depending on, how big the guy is offensively, could be a #1 cover guy as well.
Hoddle is about 150 pounds soaking wet. He can run like the wind, but he took a shot that time. Good on him to keep possession. Now Spallina shoots, scores! Well, that penalty may have fired up 22 in white.
This is crafty because I've seen Spallina as he's coming up goal line extended with his right hand. I've seen him kind of turn and shoot question mark from this spot as well. This time he just shovels, right? He keeps it in his right hand and backhands it there. If Spallina felt the pressure on his top side, he would have rolled. He feels like it's backside pressure right there.
Feather pass. Oh, Egan makes the save, but Thompson almost had a highlight reel goal. It's the creativity, Clark.
92. That looked like a Tom Marachek BTB, right? Plant your feet, let it rip. No look. And then Egan with a ridiculous stop. That was a sweet play all around. You had the creativity of Thompson and the answer and the stop by Egan.
Whitaker swims to his left and beats Will Mark. Well, if nothing else, Catamount fans are going to look at that and say, yeah, I need to see more of that in 2024.
Yeah, he's so two-handed. A righty who can go to his left with ease, splits the defense, a swim, plants the foot, and this is why you want to be elite with two hands. You saw it with Luke Roa.
Cross long enough for him to feel the ball on the stick.
Yeah, this ball is spinning.
Spallina, tough angle, over the shoulder, shot, score! Stevens buries that one.
That's the second time Jake Stevens has no business scoring a goal. Look at this BTB pass. Front side pressure, backside glory. Stevens gets crushed, and as he's falling down, this behind the back pass is just silly. And Stevens gets that all. Been on a couple wings. He's been a little quiet today, but we know his upside. Covering him at North Carolina. Cotter, I think you mentioned on the call with Gary Gate. Matt Wright, when he's healthy, I know how impressed you were when he was at Carolina.
Oh, he's
the real deal.
One of those few that can really nice look that time. Spallina, can he make it work? Yeah, he does. What a pass from Billy Dwan. I mean, a close defender with that kind of awareness, Clark, on the fast break, and Spallina wasn't going to miss that one.
Billy Dwan has the lineage. His father, Bill II, was an All-American defender at Hopkins. His uncle, Matt, a long stick menace in the middle of the field. He looked like Matt there. Spallina cans it. Not the right equipment. We're going back and forth, and it's a 2.5-hour game. That's not what we want.
Vermont applying some pressure. Mark is starting to feel it right now in the second half. A couple of big-time saves. Syracuse. And a turnover goes the other way. Billy Dwan lost it. A little unsettled here in the last couple of minutes. That call kind of got everybody on edge a little bit. Nine-goal lead for Syracuse. About 3.5 left to go in this third quarter. Carson Boyle coming upfield. Tough angle. Wide. Syracuse plays. They're right back in action, Clark, Monday night here against Colgate, who upset Penn State in Happy Valley this afternoon.
Yeah, that looked okay 2 weeks ago, right? Now, not so much.
Nice goal scored by Brock Haley. No give up on this Vermont squad.
Brock Haley was the leading point scorer for Vermont last year as an attacker. This time, although a midfielder goes back to his comfort zone, this is a really strong move. I love the players on Vermont giving Brock Haley the space. But Colgate, after beating Penn State, who was in championship weekend a season ago, with a lot of horsepower back. Liam Connor scores his first career goal for Colgate with 4 seconds left to beat the Nittany Lions.
That's crazy. Tough angle for Hiltz. I think if he doesn't hit the far pipe, I don't even know if that goes in. We do have a flag down. Let's check the marker. This is going to be post goal penalty here. I'm not sure when the flag came down, but this is impressive. Pick up the flag.
Technical
Check
foul,
out the goal.
yeah, 30-second technical foul is wiped out. Hiltz has a shorty. It's go time. You're talking about craziness. The angle here is nothing. Levy on the women's front. Stony Brook's red and blue, their colors. I'm afraid there's going to be a lot more orange in that house.
Leo. Oh, tough angle for 7. He saw 77 put it in the far side of the net before. Now he says, that's my turn to show you I can hit a perfect shot and beat George Egan. Now we get another flag after the fact.
There could have been some more chirping. Yeah, Leo does a nice job of, 5-hole because.
Have his 19 put up there in the Ring of Fame later on this spring. So looking forward to that.
I mean, this Hughes team is firing, man.
Yeah, it's crazy that Paul's going to be only the 3rd lacrosse player in Syracuse history to have his name and number put up there in the Ring of Fame.
You know, Gary Gate's the best midfielder of all time. He's the best player of all time. The 2nd best midfielder of all time is probably Paul Gate. Just so happens that he's a twin and he's on the same midfield as his brother.
Yeah, that twinship is not like Jose and Ozzie Canseco. That is like 1A and 1B, right? Very different.
Yeah.
Flag after the play. Goal for Syracuse. Tyler McCarthy. Freshman midi out of Oakdale, New York.
Yeah, he's a grinder, man. He's going to be a really good player for Syracuse. Part of that 91 contingency on Long Island. It's a two-way stud. This is the 16th different shooter for Syracuse today.
And even players that you have coming back have switched positions, like Haley and Boyle have moved from the attack to the middle of the field. Their focus will be when America East conference play starts. That promises to be a very competitive conference. Syracuse puts another one on the board. That's Barrett White. Florida kid.
This is a nice rip. Watch him plant his feet. Oh, use the defender as a screen too. That's a beautiful rip right here. Get the stick back, full hit.
Minor, they've got Colgate, who upset Penn State in Happy Valley earlier today. They've got them on Monday, then Manhattan before you and I will be in the Dome for what promises to be a huge early season showdown between Maryland on the 17th. Maryland and Syracuse. On the run. Brett Tenaglia. Here's a veteran.
Tenaglia's a captain. Yeah, he's a veteran. He's a captain. He's waited his time, and it's a beautiful thing to see when a senior is getting late minutes, maximizes the opportunity, and look at that high rip too. And Tenaglia is a left-handed player.
That's like the greatest compliment.
Johnny Cool. You did that imitation of Travolta. Give it to us before we go off air. Do it for me, boss.
Coach, I should be in the game right now, Coach. (20-7) the final. Syracuse, they open up their account in 2024 with a W over Vermont. For Paul Carcaterra